Talking of championships, the second half of the Tough Finale heavyweights on the phone with us right now. Let's welcome back for the third time, Zac Pauga. Zac, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great to have you back on. Last time we spoke, obviously we didn't know, who you were going to fight. Obviously now we can talk about it. Muhammed was just on. Thoughts? Does it matter? Did it matter? Do you care who you're fighting on Saturday for the Tough Finale?
It didn't really matter, but I did know, as soon as we both got picked, I knew if we didn't fight each other that it would be us in the finals.
Which I'm going to say, and I don't want to get in trouble, with Dana, but, when it came down to the four of you, I'm sure Dana thought that too, and let's have this as the finale. And I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody that was on the show, but everybody anticipated you two would be in the finals.
Yeah, it's not like we're talking smack about the other guys. We're just the most accomplished and the best fighters, and that's why we are both in the finals.
How has not even just training? How has life been? Over the past, I think it's been about a month now since you've been back on the show.
It's been great. It's been really ratcheted up the last month, the final weeks of camp. So it's been really good though. It's been fun. Finally getting here. It's been 5 months since the show stopped taping, so it's so nice to finally be here.
Where have you been training in the meantime? What have you got to do? Have you had any downtime? Have you just been training every day and just getting ready for this fight? What have you been up to?
So I have been primarily training, just mainly training. I did go to London with Curtis Blades to corner him in his fight against Tom Aspinall. But that was a training vacation. I was training out there every day. So yeah, I've been training this entire time, this entire 5 months. In a smart way, not overtraining myself, but I've been preparing for this moment.
When you look at this fight, you're sitting in the hotel room tonight or Thursday or, the weigh-ins on Friday. Are you trying to look at this fight as, hey, it's just another fight? It's no bigger, than any other fight? Or, obviously you've thought about it. There is a lot on the line and it goes down in eternity, the winner of the Ultimate Fighter, or do you try to block that out?
You have to be honest with yourself about the moment. I'm not taking it lightly about what this is and what it means for me to win. And, I'm preparing with every ounce of my being to go out there and get the win.
Was it different? I'm assuming that you're in the Apex today for the media and all that kind of stuff. Is it different now being back in there? You were only in there a couple months ago, but does it feel different?
It does feel different. Before I was just a guy on the show. We didn't even have on real UFC gear and stuff like that. And then now I'm here on the main card of a UFC fight night. So yeah, it just feels like I belong now.
Muhammad said that he's still wearing the tough clothing, that it's still, he's considering this as still part of the show and there's still, the outcome hasn't been made. Same feeling with you that this is still just the last portion of the Ultimate Fighter Season 30?
Yeah, so it is unfinished. This is the final piece of the show. They are having us fight in tough shorts when we fight on Saturday. But yeah, this is just the final piece of the journey.
Have you done a lot of film study on him, or do you already have enough information from training together and seeing him for however long you guys were in the house together and just focused on getting better on your things, or was it more geared towards training for him specifically?
So film study and studying my opponents is a big part of my game, and I have studied Muhammad a lot. And one thing I don't think a lot of people know is that we were on the same fight team and trained together for 2 years before we went on the house.
Wow.
And, I know him really, really well, and I know his game, and I've picked it apart, and I'm prepared to face him.
Looking back, and I know that I mentioned this to you last time as well, looking back as you're training, during the season, did those things kind of come through your mind? Hey, I could, or hey, I most likely, and I don't want to show this, or can you not even think of that when you still have a fight or two ahead of that?
For me, I'm not trying to hide anything. Even, I fought my teammate Jordan on the show. I wasn't trying to hide anything. Those guys know exactly what I'm going to do and, try and stop it. it's like when you play the Tennessee Titans. Like, oh, I think they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that what you do? When you played the Titans?
Yeah, Derrick Henry's going to Derrick Henry. We know that.
That's what Derrick Henry does.
That's what he does.
That's
man.
what he does. Zach, what's the craziest, funniest, strangest? I don't think I asked you this last time. Thing that's ever happened in the middle of a fight that you were in?
In the middle of a fight? Oh, let me think back. One that I was fighting in?
Yeah. Well, either or. I mean, if there's something just as funny or funnier, that you saw, that's fine. We can adjust.
I was at a fight card where the fight right before me, the guy threw up in the cage. They were grappling, they were wrestling, and one dude just barfed all over the place. And now I know that that's a DQ if you throw up in the cage.
But now you have to be aware and try to stay away from that spot in the cage, right?
Need a billboard mat.
You definitely have to do it. Well, we appreciate you coming back on. Like I said, we kind of anticipated from the very beginning this was going to be the finale. I know we're all looking forward to it. I know you and Muhammad are as well. Have fun on Saturday. That's what it's all about.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Talk to you again real soon. That is Zac Pauga back in the Octagon on Saturday night, co-main event.
Excited for it. It's going to be big.
At the Apex, and it's a fight that I can't wait for.
I'm excited for it.
And how many times do I tell you guys, I mean, I'm going to cover it.
Yeah.
But fights it doesn't excite me. I'm not looking forward to it more than the fight that's after or the fight before. I'm looking forward to this fight more than any fight on the card.
I agree. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's been fun covering them, through this whole Ultimate Fighter season, and I'm pumped, man. It's going to be a good one. Two guys like to bang, I foresee a knockout or TKO. I don't think it goes the distance, so.
Yeah, probably not. Now it's different, and I know that Roy Nelson used to say it's just about winning and, whatever it takes to win, but there's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
And Usman's thinking about it. I know Zach's thinking about it. And as much as you want to try to block it out, how can you?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the difference is when you have guys who are trying to get to where Usman is and Adesanya is and Nunes is, they're much more hungry. And so they're going to take those chances and try and knock people's heads off. The guys still kind of comfortable. They're like, I'm okay with winning with points. I've done my part. And so that's kind of what you see.
Thinking about this down the road, for the rest of their career, at least in the UFC, what is Bruce Buffer going to say when they introduce him?
The Ultimate Fighter champion, yeah.
The Ultimate Fighter Season 30 champion, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not have thought about it, but I think they both have.
I think they both have. I think they know what a big deal this is, and the really, really good fighters and some great fighters have come out of the Ultimate Fighting Championships, and so I think it's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Let me ask you a personal question.